Welcome to Alive on One, a miniature war games and hobby-centered podcast. I'm Nick Shaw, and with me today is Stephen Maddox.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad, not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing good. You got the other Stephen this time?
Yes, yep.
Surprise, surprise, Nick's recorded 2 episodes in one day with us.
I have, yep. And because of that, I don't have a lot to talk about as far as comics, because you guys would have heard that in the previous episode. But what about you, Stephen?
I did. So I finally caught up on the Marvel Unlimited, the new series they're in. So all the stuff on Marvel Unlimited, or is it Ultimate? Is it Ultimate or Unlimited?
So Unlimited is the platform, and then Ultimate Universe stuff would be the...
That is confusing. So Ultimate Universe, I'm caught up on Marvel Unlimited. My poor brain. Yeah. And I'm really digging it. And I gotta say, the X-Men one, I'm really enjoying. Like, I really like the theme of it. I like the art style. I like how it's kind of watercolory.
Yeah.
I like that I have no earthly idea of what's going on. I don't know these characters at all. So I'm really enjoying that one.
That's a good one. I like, it's Peach Momoko, I think, that's doing it. She's doing the art and the story, I think. Her art's really great.
Do you know if she's done anything else?
She's done a few other Marvel books.
Okay.
I don't know if she's done anything outside of that. I'd have to look, but most of the stuff I've seen from her has been Marvel related.
All right. I'm about to look her up then, because I've really quite enjoyed that entire series so far.
Her art's
every time I get to the end of it, I'm like, oh man, it's over.
Yeah. And that's a weird one. Like, I'm further ahead of you because I've been buying the actual books, which come out, I think, 3 or 6 months before what you're caught up on.
Yeah, I think it's 3. I thought it was 6 when I first got it, but I think it's 3, but I don't know.
And I'm still kind of like, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but it's good and it's different. And
it keeps you entertained, right?
Yeah. I think the best of the new Ultimate stuff has been Black Panther, personally, though. That book has been
I've enjoyed that one, too.
Yeah.
Mine cut off at, like, where it ended now was at, like, a cliffhanger. Yeah. I just found some technology stuff. I'm like, ooh, exciting.
Yeah.
But I like it, too, because I don't feel like... Sometimes with Marvel Unlimited, I feel like, I have to go back and read stuff from, like, the 90s and try to catch up to get storylines, which isn't true. Like, I could just start wherever. It's comics. But at least with the Ultimate series, it's like, hey, I can start from the beginning. It's pretty easy to catch up from now, and I kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, they're really good. I'm glad they've done that and brought the Ultimate stuff back. So
yeah, highly recommend for anybody, especially anybody like wants to start reading comics because you are playing MCP and you want to just like kind of dip your toes in. It's really easy to dip your toes in.
Yeah.
Cool. And I know you probably don't have any new hobby stuff unless you did hobby in the past 4 hours.
Nope. I've done no like hobby stuff in the last 4 hours, so it's still just having primed Apocalypse. So.
Yep. I've done a fair amount. I primed probably like 15 characters. And then I fully painted up my Deadpool, my Electro, and my Mysterio. And I mainly did Electro and Mysterio because Steven mentioned in the last podcast, me and him would be going down to RSMP end of October. And I wanted to bring like a nice selection of stuff. So probably like Spider-Foes, Apocalypse, my S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff, my Avenger stuff, just to have options. Because I doubt people want to see S.H.I.E.L.D. every single time I'm down there. Even though I would love that. That would be great. But I don't think people would want to just see the same thing over and over again.
Oh, who knows? Because I was looking at the views for the couple of videos that we've done, and the S.H.I.E.L.D. and Defenders one has been by and far more popular than the Guardians of the Galaxy and Dormammu. So there's probably people that would rather just see the same stuff over and over again because it's what's popular. But
you're telling me S.H.I.E.L.D. is the best. I got it. So we'll keep doing S.H.I.E.L.D.
I mean, I could tell you S.H.I.E.L.D. was the worst, and you'd be like, "Oh, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s the best. Good, let's go."
Oh man. You got any other fun things? Any life catch-ups or anything else you've been working on?
No, just normal busy stuff. It's hectic right now.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I feel that too. I feel like it works for me. It's been very busy. It's that time of year, I guess. But hopefully I'm hoping things slow down a little bit here. Get more time to play games and stuff like that. Fingers crossed.
Just slow down so we can actually get, more episodes pumped out a little quicker and easier. Like scheduling is not the easiest thing for 3 people, which is why we've got a couple 2-person episodes.
Yeah, like I didn't think it'd be that challenging. I mean, I can only imagine the podcast that have like 4 or 5 people on at once. I'm like, how do you get that time together
to
do that? Yeah. Right? Because it's never like, oh, the podcast is an hour long. It's usually longer than that because you have to like talk before and after to figure it out. So it's not like it's an easy 1 hour time period.
Yeah, but we're making it work, which is good. So,
and then I have Standoff news.
Ooh.
News, that's a word. News. So Standoff is going to be our main 2-day event, November 16th to 17th. It's going to be the DoubleTree in Portland. I have the room block link finally from the people running it. So I plan on sending that out. Well, it'll be out by the time this podcast actually airs. So look for that. I'll post it on, there's an event page on Facebook for the Standoff. So you can go look at pricing there and stuff like that. If you have any questions, you can actually find me on Discord. It's easiest way is just go to the Alive in One Discord channel. The description below will have that information. You can always message me if you got questions or just email us at alivein1@gmail.com. Yep. So that's exciting because I know I had a couple people waiting for that to say, hey, I want to see what the room block stuff is because it's pretty cool. You can stay right above the event. It's something that whenever I go to an event, like when I go to Everwinter and stuff, it's like the best part, honestly, because then you can just like wake up and walk downstairs and play games. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I need to get an Everwinter room block now that you're saying that. I haven't booked the room yet.
I think I do need to as well because that's going to be in downtown Boston too this year. So,
did it change areas?
Yeah, it changed areas. They're back to where it was 2 years ago, which in my opinion is a better venue. It's more fun. It's like in downtown Boston. So like if your wife wants to come down, there's like stuff for her to do. Like my wife and I walked out around like Boston afterwards and stuff like that. It was really fun.
Yeah, I know Boston pretty well. Mm-hmm. Lived there for 4 years. So
oh yeah, you probably know it a lot more than me.
Probably.
So yeah, Everwinter is coming up. What is it? I think the second weekend in January, or first weekend in January.
I'd have to look. I think it is early January though,
yeah,
or at least the first half of January.
Ooh, I think it's the first weekend in January because the third weekend of January is my birthday, and I think that's LVO. So it's before that. So I think it's the first weekend. But go to both those. You got any questions? Message us. Brian will be on. I think he's on next episode or episode after. And he'll give more information about Everwinter.
Yeah. Although, if you go to Standoff first, there is prize support that could get you to Everwinter, right?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. You can win your way into Everwinter if you want. Yeah. There's prize support for actual ticket, like full ticket, and then also event pass. So even if you're like, it can just save you some money. I don't know if I want to give it away for like first place gets the prize though for Everwinter ticket. What are your thoughts?
You could probably just work around it. I mean, I don't know, but probably whoever comes in first is going to have the skill to have already booked a ticket to play at Everwinter. So.
Yeah, that's my thought, right?
Who knows? I mean, yeah.
Like looking at people sign up for Standoff, it's like, oh, they're already all signed up for Everwinter. So I might say, hey, let's do it as like a raffle or a best sport or something like that. It might be a more fun idea rather than, oh, you have to be really good to win this ticket, right? Because it would also be cool to be like somebody who's newer in the game, maybe they're local to Portland, they came to this event. Hey, look, you can win and go to another event and kind of expand their reach a little bit. I
will say, if you don't want it to go to somebody that's going to not use it. So maybe you do a raffle. You're like, all right, who is planning to go Everwinter? Here's a chance to go for free. Type of thing. Yeah.
Like, you back out, I break your kneecaps. Yeah. There's no way around this. I will break your leg. But yeah, and so main topic for this episode is Nick and I have both been playing Apocalypse since it came out. Nick has a lot more games than I do because I don't play on TTS because I'm a loser like that. So we're going to kind of dive into him. So my first question for you, Nick, is why do you care? Why do you want to play Apocalypse?
Why do I want to play? I mean, he's the big baddie of X-Men, at least, like, he's the bad guy. He's like the Thanos level bad guy when you look at the X-Men, the Avengers and stuff.
He looks kind of similar in my opinion.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Yeah,
they're similar for sure. They both that like high profile baddie, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I grew up. I grew up with the X-Men cartoon, and I always liked X-Men, and Apocalypse was an awesome bad guy, right?
That's fair. So, yeah. Sounds like why I like Venom so much, because I grew up with my brother liking Spider-Man, so I naturally was like, I'm going to like the bad guy in this. And I ended up just liking Venom a lot. But I picked up Apocalypse. The only reason why I actually bought him that, I went into Crossroads to buy... What the hell did I go to buy?
I'm pretty sure you walked out of there and you also had Blade. So
yeah.
Blade, yeah.
Yeah, I got Blade because I was like, ooh, monsters are coming out. I want to get Blade to run Midnight Suns. You're right. And then Dom behind the counter showed me the promo card for Apocalypse, which if you guys haven't seen it, is really cool. It's like a black hollow with gold text on it. And I was like, that does look really cool. And then I kind of just spurted like, okay, I want to play Apocalypse. And so I ended up buying Apocalypse, Archangel, and then the X-Men pack because I don't have any of the X-Men characters either. So I had to buy all of them at the same time. So it was quite a purchase.
Yep. But yeah, he's a cool character, and I think the model looks fun to paint. So I mean, it's just I'd like to try the encounter for him. I'm glad one of our local guys picked that up because all the Apocalypse stuff together is pretty expensive. So
it is, right? It's a lot of terrain.
Yeah.
It's also surprising that terrain pack, it doesn't have any size 3 terrain with it.
I
It's
know.
all size 2 and then 4s, which is
like
kind of strange.
There's no size 3. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's a lot of size 2, so that's cool at least. But yeah, a lot of no 3s, which is interesting. Because I view 3s as like kind of like the most important because that's where you can actually like block line of sight with characters and stuff like that. So
yeah, for sure.
And then the most important question that we've talked about a couple times: how do you want to paint him? Because he has like the cool alternate kind of color scheme on his promo card, and then like the X-Men cartoons version is different, and then his actual comic book version is different.
I'll probably just go with that classic blue and gray that's featured on the box art, I think.
Yeah.
I really was tempted to do the gold, but I already painted a Thanos and he's got a lot of gold armor, so it might be a little too similar to that for me, so I'll just probably stick with the blue and the gray.
Yeah, I think I was leaning blue and gray too. Mainly because, like, I don't know, like a bunch of straight gold, because it's like a whole chest piece would be gold. It's kind of hard to get like highlights nicely onto that, like the way I would want to. So it seems cool. If I wanted to be really try hard, it'd be really great, like non-metallic metal. But let's be real, I don't want to try hard that much.
Yeah, I'm not planning on entering it into a competition.
No. And then I think when you do him like purple and blue, he just looks like a sentinel. So I was like, I don't want to do that either. All right. So let's dig down into what this man does. Most people probably know what Apocalypse does now at this point, right? Because he's been out for a little bit. He's a 6th threat, big guy. I feel like the biggest thing on him, he's got a range 3 builder that can be any attack type, and it's 7 dice. Pretty tasty. And then Nick, here's a question for you. That wild trigger on his builder, where if the opponent is shocked and rooted, you get to throw them. Have you ever made that go off?
I think once.
Oh, you're more than me. I have not once even close to been it.
It's not easy to do.
No.
Yeah.
I do feel like if it's like, oh, somebody already has shock on and then I can attack them, I get the wild trigger, I put root on, and then I get the throw, would be a lot better. But they have to had shock and root before the attack was chosen to get that throw. So it's like, man, if that's going to happen, they're probably just dead at that point. At least if it's from Apocalypse trying to do it.
Yeah, and it's also a 7 dice attack, so they might be dead no matter what, depending on who you're attacking.
Yeah. And then I think is it still, it's after the attack to resolve throw. So like, I've never seen that throw really do much, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I've done it once.
Yeah, I think it was against me, actually, you did against.
It might have been against you when we did the little mirror match there.
Yeah. And then next thing is builder. I don't know about you, but I also don't really use this builder ever.
You mean the...
or excuse me, the
spender?
Words.
Once in a while. So when I was first... Like when I first started playing him, I was trying to use that spender a lot and just dole out conditions and stuff, but the more I've played him, the less I'm hyped about conditions, and that just means his spender is not as worth it to me. Like it's good.
It's good, but I would 100% agree with you. Like his condition play is like, nah. It doesn't feel like he does it amazingly. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is making me so powerful. It's like, yeah, it's good, and it could be an 8 or 12 die attack, 10 or 12 die attack pretty simply. But something that you pointed out is that like his builder can be anything. It can be mystic, it can be energy, it can be physical. So it's like, okay, cool, I can choose somebody's mystic defense, which is 2 dice, and do a 7 die attack to them, or I can do like a 10 die attack into like their 4 die, or even if they have buffs like their 6 die. I think I was playing against your Archangel, and I was like, oh, I could just make it a 6 die physical. I was like, well, how about I just do my builder as as a mystic, and we're not going to do that.
Yeah, I think Apocalypse, his strongest thing he has going for him is his builder.
I agree.
Right.
And it's range 3, which is
range 3. It's
good.
any attack type. It's strength 7. It can put out a shock or a root, which are 2 decent conditions, and then you just forget about the other part of that wild trigger because it's probably not going to happen.
And I feel like with Apocalypse, something you pointed out when I first played him is that you're going to have power, right?
Oh,
he has a bunch of power because of that builder. And I think it works out because the leadership, you build those evolution tokens that you can use to use the powers. I feel like with Apocalypse, when he can use those abilities himself, I want to spend his power to do it and save those evolution tokens from my other characters to make them feel like they're doing more.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Again, I kind of want that power on him too. So it's like,
Absolutely. Yeah. Every time I've played him, I think the most recent game I had a little bit of I actually used all of his power. I don't remember why, probably because I had to use tactic cards and used his power for it. But that was the first time I wasn't just sitting on 8 power minimum.
Yeah.
He's actually always loaded.
I've played survival with him twice now.
Really?
On Apocalypse. Yeah, because he has the power and it's like, yeah, cool. I'll protect my big boy so I can get another 2 7-die attack in there.
Yeah, and actually that's something to talk about. This, for a 7 health model with a pseudo damage reduction, he is very squishy. He's not actually that durable, at least in my experience. Yes, he's immune to incinerate, but there are characters that get around that. Honey Badger.
There's one character that gets around that, Nick.
Is she the only one? I thought there was another one, but
no. Shocker does he roll less attack dice?
Okay, he does the opposite. But Honey Badger just messes him up. And if you don't get rid of her, it's just annoying because all of a sudden you're rolling average defense dice.
I feel like his damage reduction thing, the heal, it's cool because you get the power and then you heal, so he gets more. But then also he doesn't really need that much extra power. I feel like
he don't need the power, and if anything, it's giving my opponent power that I don't want them to have.
Yeah.
Right. So
that's why I've survivaled him a couple times because I feel like he is a little squishy.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess fair. He can't be everything.
Right.
But besides the damage reduction, I'm going to kind of touch base here. I feel like the rest of his card is really not super duper impressive to me, if that makes sense. His other 2 powers. What are your thoughts?
I don't love it. He's on a big base with a medium move. Awesome. He's got 4 defense all around. That's really good. But besides his builder, I don't use a lot of this other stuff.
I've never once used the "you will be remade through me" where you can change the conditions around.
Yeah.
I've never really had it come up. And it might be because I'm not running characters that give out enough conditions, I guess, but I've never really used it. And then Celestial Technology looks really good. But another fun thing here is that this is we're recording after the change to banned and restricted. So Researcher is now restricted. And I feel like this power was really good on Researcher because there's you're not holding objectives in that mission. So you can pull everybody onto it. But now it's 4 power. You do it in the power phase. It's a little challenging to make, to have it work out, I guess is a way of putting it.
Yeah, I've used that power and it's good, but you're usually not going to drag a character that's got an objective token, right? You use it for a character that maybe Bill threw out of place.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
how would you feel if instead of during the power phase he did it, he could just do it in his turn?
I would spend 5 power to do it at any time.
Yeah, I think if he could do it during his turn, it'd be very strong.
Yeah,
and that's probably why they didn't do it like that. It's in the power phase.
Yeah, but I would it's 4 to do it in the power phase. If they upped it to 5 and I could use it whenever I wanted to, I would be willing to spend the 5 power off of it because I don't think he's flush with power.
Yeah, that's true. It'd probably be a little hard for he'd probably score like crazy. You're I'm going to take that point because I'm going to pull 3 people. I'm going to put Apocalypse and pull 2 people onto it. Then it's mine.
I think that's the thing. The character's a lot of fun to play, but unlocking the competitive part of him, I don't know how to do it. It's going to take somebody different, or maybe it's just not there.
It might not be. I'd be curious. I'm really curious to see how it develops going forward. And so I think off of that, let's talk about his leadership, right? So you get that card. You can then assign horsemen to other people, right? So that card gives you what are they called? Evolution tokens. You get one every power phase, and then all your horsemen will generate additional in a different way, right? I think the big thing with that card is you can then spend up to 3 of those evolution tokens in the modified dice step to re-roll dice. I think that's the strongest part of this leadership. Even though when I played this last week, I did not make a single re-roll conversion somehow, which was wild. But I don't know about you, but I think that's probably the strongest part of Apocalypse, in my opinion.
I think so too. I wish I could use power off of cards, like off of a horseman to use the rerolls, because sometimes you don't have enough horseman tokens or evolution tokens, but I think it would be really too good at that point. But
could you imagine if you could use the evolution tokens as power for like your character superpowers?
So
if you could get...
When I first started playing, I misread the card, and I was like, oh my god, I could just get all this extra power. I'm turn 1 charging with like Archangel and stuff. Like, it was brutal. Like,
that'd be so good.
It would be. It makes sense.
It says that specifically. Don't do that. Side note that's come up recently is that I think it was today, honestly, that they ruled on it, saying that when the horsemen that have the horseman card, so your War, Famine, Pestilence, and Death, when they are KO'd, those actual horseman cards stay in play for Apocalypse to use. And then if Apocalypse gets KO'd, the leadership card goes away because it says it does, but those characters will retain their horseman ability. I don't know about you, Nick, but that is a really good thing for Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if it went away, then the play would be find the person with famine and just kill them so Apocalypse can't teleport anymore.
Right. Yeah, I think that's huge now. Like, especially because like when we played the mirror match the other day, we were just operating under the assumption that they would go away because that would be the worst thing. And it's better to play for the worst thing and be surprised when it's better.
Yeah.
If I had access to some of those horseman cards, I think I may have pulled the win out.
Probably.
But by the end, I was like, all right, I have to kill your Apocalypse to win, or you kill mine. I had no good horseman abilities because they were all dead, and we didn't know this was how it operated. But I think if I had the ability to...
If you just had the ability to do a Fury, that probably would have done it right there. That would have been
way different, right?
Yeah, so I think let's touch on those horseman cards, right? So you have War, Pestilence, Famine, and Death.
Yeah.
Do you have one that is your favorite?
I think Famine's the best one.
Yeah, it'd be the same for me. I think it's the best one. Not only for the character that gets it, but for Apocalypse, right? So that's the one where you spend 2. You can choose like the first part where you can choose an enemy character within 2 and then take away power from them. Doesn't feel super like impactful.
Yeah, but I almost never play it that way either.
Yeah, right? Like cool. But it lets you place within 2. So it gives an Apocalypse a spend 2 to place 2, which he desperately needs. So he can actually double tap into stuff and actually get his action economy going.
Oh yeah, like I usually hold him back until my opponent's played a couple characters, because then I spend a power and an evolution token, hop him forward 2, and he's on a large base. So anybody that's put characters mid is going to get double tapped by a 7-die anything builder. Like
I liked when we played. And I had you saw the realization. I was like, oh wait, I can just famine forward, because I moved once. Like, I can just famine forward onto the middle point. And actually still get it. Do you have a horseman that you like to give famine to?
I almost always give it to Deadpool unless I don't take Deadpool. If I don't take Deadpool, it's really kind of dependent who I take.
Yeah,
I like it on Psylocke a lot.
I thought she was good because it gives her 2 different places, which is same thing with Deadpool.
But more often than not, it's going on Deadpool.
Didn't you use it on Magic?
So I took it on Magic because I didn't want to do a complete mirror match. It's decent on Magic. You just play different, right? Because with Deadpool, you're being a little more aggressive and you're trying to attack with it. But I think with Magic, you're just using it for her to just run around the board and be a little annoying. And grab objectives from people. Yeah,
and I guess it gives her a lot of mobility. Like you can move in, limbo step someone away, and then move out.
Yes,
but she already has a lower mobility. I'm not sure if she needs more.
Oh, she's just like, so at that point. So depending on how much power she has, she could limbo step herself. Then she could famine place. Then she could move twice.
Yeah,
it just turns her into this huge mover.
That's kind of what I did. So I usually run Deadpool. Actually, my only family character on my list is Deadpool because I don't own Psylocke and I don't own Magic.
Mm-hmm.
They would probably play if I had them. But Deadpool, the best play I did with him as Famine is that it was like late in the game. I had scored 15, so I needed 1 more point to win. So I double medium moved, leg day, and Famined into the corner. And I was like, I'm going to hide over here.
He can do the same thing Magic can because of leg day, but Magic can, I think hers is variable distance with Limbo Step.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's like 1 through 3 power, something like that.
What I usually do with Deadpool is, so depending on map layout, you can move Famine and then bang somebody and oftentimes get the trigger, so you're double tapping somebody on turn 1.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I also like him because he's like, he's healthy on the backside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's Deadpool. He's fun, in my opinion.
He's actually really good. And I think giving him Famine just makes him that much better.
I agree. And then, if you want to double up a power loss, you can do that, but I'm not sure how good that is. Right. I mean, imagine if that was there with like Age of Ultron was still in play. Oh, yeah. Sap power away from Ultron, that'd be really good. But otherwise, I like
the other thing that's fun with like Famine within this affiliate, or not Famine, Deadpool within this affiliation. So he gets his reroll, and then he can pay for up to 3 other rerolls.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And the same with like Psylocke. Psylocke can do it too.
Yeah, that's right. You killed me with her quite a bit with that. Yeah. I was like, wow, stop converting all this dice, please.
I think Psylocke is really good in this affiliation.
Mm-hmm. What do you like to put on her horseman-wise?
So if it's not Famine because I have Deadpool, I will make her Death because I think she's the best Death as far as like killing someone.
Yeah. That's the one I've had the most issues with is Death. And that's because I don't think I have good characters that can use Death. And I agree with you, Psylocke can actually like kill stuff fairly well.
Archangel's okay with it.
Yeah.
But if it was a choice of, all right, I can have one Death, and I have Psylocke and Archangel, I would put it on Psylocke. Every time.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Like Archangel, that's a good thing with him too, because he's new as well, is that he does feel really good as a character. Especially for a 4th threat. Like he's a little bit tanky, he's got the defensive reroll. But man, if you roll a wild, you can turn a hit dice. Or you can turn any dice into a hit. That is really good. And something I think I missed that I should catch more is that if you roll a wild and a crit, right? And so his crit trigger will then say, hey, you have to place within one of that character.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure if you rolled a wild, you could literally just turn your crit into a hit, and then you don't have to place.
When this character makes an attack, it may change 1 die result. Yeah, you could just turn off your place.
Yeah, and it should be
really a good point. I would never have thought of that.
The only thing that comes up is that like when this character makes an attack, it may change 1 dice to a hit for each wild. I'm pretty sure that happens in the modified dice step. Pretty sure. Don't quote me exactly.
So you'd roll your crits first, and then
so I still think the crit would go off, and then you would change out the crit.
Yeah, but you wouldn't trigger Overwing until so you'd get the crit hit plus the that's really good.
Yeah,
and then you wouldn't have to place unless you wanted to.
Because I didn't think about that until today, but like it was when I was playing my last game, I was like, I rolled a crit, and I was like, God damn it, I don't want to place. Right. And so I think that could be something really good. Now you have to roll the wild, but still, I think that can kind of save your ass.
Actually, really cool. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I get some good ideas every once in a while.
Well, on the subject of Archangel, I don't think I think he's a good character, and he doesn't really care about the Horseman abilities as much. Like if I was building a roster and I had an issue where somebody couldn't be a Horseman, Archangel would not be the Horseman because I think his kit is fine without it.
I would agree
personally.
I would agree.
He can do what he wants to do without those extras.
Yeah, he doesn't really need help to do what he's built for. Yeah. One person. So I don't have a great death character. Besides, like I've done Archangel, and then the one I actually did like was Toad.
Toad's great
because it was like Toad's gonna die, and so then he dies and gives you evolution tokens. But then I also did it where it was. I was playing against somebody that had grunts. I was playing against Hydra grunts. So I brought Toad just to kill grunts.
Killed the grunts.
I was like, you can do that, Toad. Good job, buddy. And I think I built 9 evolution tokens with Toad that game. No, 12.
That's a lot. So that was pretty cool. 2 people. Wow.
He killed grunts twice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Those
Yeah.
Hydra guns come back automatically. So it's like, all right, cool. I'll just kill him again.
Yeah, I like Death on Toad a lot if I don't have Psylocke or I'm not running Archangel or either of those two.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring Toad.
Because I feel like the Death card is one. It's nice because it can give you 3 evolution tokens, but it's the one that if I'm going to leave out, it's the one I want to leave out. So that the way that I can put it on a 2-threat, at least I can still actually bring it in if I'm playing a 2-threat.
I think it's it might be a little better than Pestilence. I'm not sure. They're kind of either or, but
I would. The one thing with Pestilence, and I guess we'll talk about that next, that I did like is if somebody's alive on 1. Good name for a podcast.
Yes.
But if someone's alive on 1, you'd be like, me, right?
Yeah, that is fun.
Because I think I played. Who did I have it on?
You probably had it on Archangel because it's
so.
Archangel, Sabretooth, Toad, Cable. There's others, but those are the ones in my list.
Yeah, I had it on Archangel because I did the attack. I got the wild trigger. I put the poison on from his little Fletch things, and then I spent 2 to do the 1 damage I needed to. I forgot who I killed, but I was like, that is a nice little tech piece to get. And then I feel like because of the way the card's built, it's easy to get that 1 evolution token to build those tokens.
Yeah,
because I felt like that is an important thing. Is you want to build those tokens. Because I feel like when I played you, I did not. And I was like, man, I would really like rerolls, especially in that mirror match, because you were getting all those rerolls and I wasn't. It's like,
I like making sure you have access to those rerolls is really good.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like the Pestilence, I like that just to ping that 1 damage through. But yeah, is it amazing? Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah. Like I think the one you always take is Famine. And then War is pretty good.
Yeah, I think War's my second.
Yeah.
Honestly, just to use it on Apocalypse, to tell you the truth, because that turns out 7 dice builder, like it makes it really consistent.
Yeah, and that's what won you that mirror match. You still had access to War, and I just got rolled all the Fury rolls worked out really well.
Yeah.
For you. Yeah.
One thing that came up a lot in our game is I kept wanting to do Famine and then use War on Apocalypse, but you can only use it once per Apocalypse, which feels bad.
It does feel bad. I wonder if it would be too good otherwise.
I think I should say it feels balanced. I think is a better way of putting it.
Because, I mean, I have to assume that when they were designing this character and this affiliation, they probably experimented with that, right?
Yeah, I can imagine so.
Yeah.
But you can use Fury multiple times on the character that has it. My last game, I used it on Cable. And honestly, didn't feel needed. Like he did damage, which is cool. But Cable, I would do Fury, and then like I never Akane-san once with him. I would always do the plasma rifle. And a lot of times I play Cable like more upfront, so he can give out a shield buff and then actually get the rerolls from his gun.
Yeah.
By the time I did a 5-die attack with 2 rerolls, I was like, okay, cool. I can change 1 dice from Fury. It's not like super needed for him. I guess if I was doing Akane-san, it could be better. But I feel like him as a war target wasn't super great. Do you have a war target you actually like more than that?
I think I like War on... So I do like War on Sabretooth the best.
Yeah.
But I like it for the generation of the Horseman tokens, not so much for Fury.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because Sabretooth can trigger it out of activation. So he can take a hit. 2 Horseman really tokens on the opponent's turn, which is really good.
Mm-hmm. And then the other one like that would be Colossus, right? Because he can have that taunt and like force it onto him.
I think the only difference, so Colossus wouldn't be able to get the second one because he can't attack out of his activation like Sabretooth can.
Oh, yeah, and then Honey Badger has it. I guess it'd be the same thing. Yep. But I feel like she would just die.
She didn't die when I played against her the other day. The stupid character wouldn't die. It was so annoying.
Yeah. But yeah, I think War is your second best one that you usually want to look into next. And then
I'm taking Famine or War if it's a choice, and the other 2 have to sit out. It's those 2 I would look for.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Let's see. Do you have anything like else on like the actual Horseman cards that you feel like are little fun tech pieces from them or anything like that?
It's just fun. Honestly, no. I think they're like a nice extra.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're good because they unlock the rerolls, if anything, and you don't really care as much about the actual ability on them. unless you're talking famine.
I agree.
Or war. And outside of that, I think it's the what do you call it? I don't remember what that power is called. Yeah. The way you get evolution tokens is the way to do it. Some are easier than others. Like death is really hard to get unless you're putting on a character that you just expect to die. Like you're like, I'm going to send this character up there just so you kill him so I get my evolution tokens.
Yeah. Which feels like maybe not the correct play, but
really probably not. Oh, I did try it on Gambit the other night and that felt pretty good.
Yeah. And like everyone always, like, I feel like I've heard a lot of people talk about, oh, we get all these extra dice with death. I feel like it's hard to like really manage. We're like, oh, there's a character with 3 damage over there, and I can have my death character next to that, and I can attack them.
Yeah,
it's not always an easy do. It's like, cool, I can get 1 extra dice for 3 power. I don't really want to do that.
I think my biggest issue with it is if a character's already got 3 damage on it, do I really need another 3 dice? Exactly. Unless I'm going into Hulk or Thanos or somebody like that.
So yeah, it might be a more like, not meta, but like situational pick. Where you're like, oh, I'm going to go against a big guy. Maybe death is more important, so I can actually do more dice roll into him. That might be important.
Granted, though, if I'm bringing Psylocke and I've already plugged Famine into Deadpool, I'm slapping death on Psylocke just to give her the extra reroll abilities. Like,
yeah. And then something with the rerolls too that I feel like is that I feel like this is probably like the first faction where I feel like I don't want to splash anybody. Like I feel like I want to be affiliated because Apocalypse is a 6 threat, so you're not generally going super wide. Like the widest I've gone is 5. And that was at 20 threat. So like you want to have those horseman cards on your characters to generate the reroll tokens. And so you want to bring an affiliated list. Like my list has Zemo and Miles in it. I've never come across a situation where I'm like, yes, that would be helpful here. It was more like, no, I actually need these cards in order to actually play this faction better.
So the current list I've been running has Pyro, and that's my only splash, and that's for pyrotechnics in the weird case that there's like a bunch of senators that I just need them to drop. So
yeah. And I feel like that he's a fine one too, because if you did want to go into like, oh, we can do conditions, you can do that playstyle. It fits really well.
Although, I think the big thing to take away from this affiliation is don't play it expecting to be like this king of dealing out conditions and that's how you win the game. My experience has been conditions are just a nice extra. They're not going to really win you the game.
Yeah, I agree. Which is like a little sad. I was hoping they would mean more, but I agree that they're not like the hugest thing for him. Like they're helpful. Of course they're helpful. Like Root is great if someone has Root and they can't do as much. But
Root is great.
You still have to roll dice and play well. Which is a little sad. Oh man, I had something I was about to bug you about. With affiliation stuff. We had talked when he was first coming out about, is it worth doing a dual affiliation with him?
I'm still not sure.
I feel like yes. Because man, him on like 16, 15 is rough.
It is rough.
I just don't feel like you get enough from the cards with only like 1 or 2 horseman cards next to him.
It's rough. It for sure is rough, but I don't know, like, because I've been trying to just push the single affiliation to see if it's possible. But dual would be easy with this affiliation.
Yeah, like I honestly would
slap Storm in there, and you've got
Yep. Because she's good on those wide maps too, if you don't want them on really wide stuff. And then she's a 3-threat leader. So like I feel like you slap Storm in there and it feels good and you have an easy dual affiliation.
Yeah, and it unlocks almost all of your characters. Especially and depending what you're taking, right? So
exactly. And I think we'll kind of touch on this next too, is like his tactics card selection. I don't think it's super crowded. So I feel like you have plenty of room for like to be my X-Men in first class to be able to play that if you really want to.
I should put a list together where it plays that, but I'm like, I want to play Apocalypse, so I'm just going to force Apocalypse is usually the issue I would run into.
That's what I've done too.
Yeah.
If I ever like played him like to an actual event, I think I would definitely bring a second leader in.
Yeah.
And I think Mystique could probably fit too.
I think Mystique has play because there is a lot of Brotherhood characters. I think it just depends how you want to run your horsemen and which characters you want.
Yeah, I agree. And for a while I thought like, I could bring X-Force and Cable, but I feel like Cable also like why not just play Apocalypse at that point? Because I feel like the playstyle, it's not similar playstyle, but like it's a 5-threat leader. You want to be shooty, attrition focused. It's like, yeah, that's not really what I'm trying to dual affiliate into.
Although I just realized that Archangel is X-Force, and now I'm having dreams of making an X-Force list with him. So
yeah, I mean, you could easily do Cable or Archangel Deadpool right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then you could splash in Domino and feel great and go from there.
But that's still only 4 characters.
Yeah, but it's probably all you need for X-Force. And you splash whatever other horse.
I guess at that point, is X-Force actually better for the mission than a 7-dice 6-threat Apocalypse?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know about. So his Tactics cards, right? So I think the one that most people will run, that I've already talked about, is Survival, where you spend X power to make your character not be able to do damage or touch for that turn.
Yeah.
If you hear those textings in the background, that's actually Steven texting us because he's not in his podcast.
Actually, I just got an email.
And I think Steven?
I got an email from the Alive on One, and he's been buying some fun stuff, it looks like.
So yeah, he's working real hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, Survival I think is very strong. I know when they said on the panel to play, or like at the live stream they did, it was supposed to be for like those wide lists that can survive the big hit kind of thing. I feel like it's great for the big guy to keep the big guy alive from getting spiked to death.
And he needs it.
Yeah, me too.
He needs it.
Have you actually played it yet, anybody?
I have not used it yet. I should have. So I did, I brought Recal in this list because of issues like, all right, they just spiked me. I need to force a reroll. I think Immortal Servants is really good because it's very versatile. It's either a heal or it's just another Recal. So if you have that issue where you need to fix some dice, he needs things that are keeping him alive.
Agreed. I haven't really used that one for the heal because 2 health, I'm like, nah, that's not too much. I've used it for the reroll.
Yeah. I've used it for both, and it's been helpful both times.
I wish they had more text cards like that. I love the one's an active, one's a reactive.
Yeah, that's really cool. I don't even actually know of another one.
Mission Objective used to be like that, but that's no longer in the game, or not this timeline.
I also think in this list you don't take Brace, you just take Indomitable. Yeah,
you're probably not wrong because you don't want him being thrown into your team.
You don't want him being thrown into his team, and Indomitable will stop that, but you also don't want him being displaced because that's when he starts having real issues.
Yeah.
Whereas Brace, you're still going to get displaced, but Indomitable, he stays there. So.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And then I think it's his, what's it called? The first one or something like that.
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
Where you can kill a character on your team. It's global, which is really nice. You can kill your character in the corner, which is really nice.
Yep.
And if you do that, you remove Apocalypse's activated token. If that character was injured, Apocalypse gains staggered. So what you pointed out to me is that you just wait for Apocalypse to be on his backside.
Yeah.
And then he's immune to stagger. And then also his
him.
power goes off, right? Because he's immune to something he's going to apply to it. So he can gain 1 power or gain 1 health.
Yep.
That card, it came up with Lady Thor or Jane Foster Thor, where you can get this activation and kill your character or something like that.
Her tactics card does that herself.
Yeah. So I think this is a little bit better because Apocalypse doesn't die as a 6 threat, which is nice. Can be super impactful, but I also sometimes feel like it's a win more. But hard to say for sure.
I think it's fun. I wish I'd had the power for it the other day. It's the first time I didn't have power to play it, and it would have been really helpful.
The way it's worded, does it KO that character?
The ally character is KO'd. Yeah.
So you could use it on your death character and get 3 evolution tokens.
That's actually a really good point.
Not bad. So if you get a little Toad with death, then you just want to kill him.
Just all right, I need to go again with Apocalypse. Bye, Toad.
Yeah. Which if you do time it, can 100% just win you a game. But the times I've had it, I used it against you, then it just kind of sat there and I haven't really touched it because I was waiting for an opportunity time to play it. You just kind of just wait and it might just be a dead card.
Yeah. It's definitely situational though, right? So
yeah. I think it's good to have, if anything else.
Is there any other ones that he actually comes with? So there was the first one, Survival and Immortal Servants.
Yep, that's it, I think.
That's it, yeah, okay.
And then I've been running I've been running Sacrifice with him because, again, I feel like he is squishy.
Yep.
And
I
then
put
usually
Sacrifice back
Brace.
in because she's just dying.
Yeah. And then, yeah, my tax cards otherwise it's nothing super cool. Like I have Chimichangas and Deadpool just to be funny. And then I played it against you and you just picked up my Chimichanga and I was like, oh, now I'm sad.
I had the Chimichanga.
Yeah. So,
I do have Battlebound, which I have not used yet. I'm thinking about dropping that. Which is the Psylocke and Archangel one where he picks her up and
that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I put Venomized in my 10.
I thought about that. But
the only problem is it gives him 2 energy defense. And then
he goes down to 2 energy defense, and
then he's real squishy.
It's real squishy, right? So
yeah.
I have Journey Through Limbo because that card is just really, really good.
That's a good one.
And I think the funny thing with that is I think you could use your magic, Journey Through Limbo, your Apocalypse. He's immune to Incinerate, and I believe that would heal him.
Oh yeah, that would.
Because it's it's only the strong remain. So after an attack against this character resolved, this character suffered damage, it may remove a damage. But then it's additionally once per turn when this character would gain a special condition is immune to, it would gain. Yeah, so it would.
That's kind of funny.
So it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
you could be like, all right, fly over there plus heal yourself.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Another one I thought about too is fastball special. Just to be fun.
Just have
because I feel like this is one thing in Apocalypse too. There's not a lot of displacement, which fastball special isn't displacement; it's just a throw.
Yeah.
But like you have Beast and that's it. Well, who else pushes or throws?
Blob do something?
Blob does. Blob displaces quite a bit. That's a good point.
But
Toad does actually which is funny. Toad has a push.
Oh, Gambit actually does too. Gambit has a push.
Yeah. All right, so you have some, but I don't feel like it's like, ooh, I can control the board state and push people around. I feel like you're trying to kill people.
So there's pushes, there's no real throws, I've noticed. Like, you're not throwing terrain and stuff with this affiliation unless you bring cable.
Yeah. And then that was something like, after playing him, I feel like his playstyle as Apocalypse is very, like, mid-range, where it's not full-blown attrition. It's not super duper objective. It's kind of in the middle. Like, I feel like when I played him, I have like a slower start where it's like, all right, I'm going to take my time. They're going to outscore me. And then I need to start dazing some people and then try to flip the score into my favor.
Yeah.
Which can go south, right? Where
really
if you don't get those kills or you're a little too slow or something like that, it's tough to do. But I definitely feel like that's kind of like where he sits. Where he's going to win by kind of dropping those enemy characters with his big attacks is kind of what you're going for.
Yeah, I agree. I think the biggest issue in this affiliation is the fact that if you lose Apocalypse, you're kind of in trouble.
Yeah, you're in a bad place.
Yeah, it's in a bad place because you lose your rerolls at that point. Because the Horseman card goes away, and that's what gives you the access to the actual rerolls. Like, you keep your Horseman card, but
yeah, which is great. You got a Toad with Death on it.
What am I going to do with that at that point, right?
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think we always kind of talk about like learning curve of factions, and I would probably put Apocalypse at a higher learning curve.
Oh yeah.
One for the list building because you have to always factor in what Horsemen you have, right?
Yep.
Like my list, I have 1 famine, which is probably incorrect, but I just don't have other good famine models at this point.
This is completely by accident, but I have 4 death, 4 famine, 4 pestilence, or 4 war. So I have the ability to flex into almost any of them.
Nick, are you sure that's by accident?
I did this by
accident.
Sure?
All right. Mine, I'll tell you mine. Mine is 1 famine. If anything, most people probably know this, but if you're using Jarvis Protocol, and I think Cerebro has it too, on your list, you can scroll down under the character selection and it tells you your Horseman cards and how many characters you have.
Which is so useful.
Yeah. I have 3 death, 1 famine, 5 pestilence, and 5 war.
5? Why? I think you rework some characters.
Characters I have. But yeah, you're right. But yeah, that, and then again, like his play style is not just, I put big character on board, I punch people, I win. Right,
a Hulk.
You're not doing that.
Threat Hulk that's punching people.
No.
Although now I'm thinking about how good survival could be on Hulk. Oh my god! All right.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, because he's probably have the power for it. And especially with Hulk, because he can just blitz down really quickly, right? Because he doesn't have that like break for being dazed. I think that card survival is just going to be everywhere.
It's very interesting too, like because it's only for the first round, so
dude,
you're
that's all
basically
you
like,
need.
this
Sometimes
guy's protected for a round. So
like I can be
yeah.
Let me go into some Shield talk here. When I'm playing Shield, most of my tactics card is to protect Nick, right?
Oh my god! Now you have another tool for it.
Exactly, right? Now a lot Shield's changed a lot, so it's not all about Nick anymore. But again, if you're like, hey, I have a situation where I can maybe expose Nick and later in the game and try to do a whole bunch of stuff, and then he gets killed, I can then just immediately survival him, so I get another activation with him next turn. Yeah. Super good. So like, there's so many situations that card is very good.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I like it.
And then, I don't know. Do you feel like Apocalypse is going to have any like major impact on the meta?
I think it's going to take somebody smarter than me.
Same.
Honestly, like my experiences, no. Like he's just too squishy, I think is where it comes down to.
Yeah. So you can overextend him easily and be punished by it.
If you're not careful, he's dead. And the last game I played with him, turn 2, they dropped him.
Oh, Nick.
Which is really bad.
That feels bad.
It feels really bad.
It feels like you exposed him a little too early.
And it was nothing other than all of a sudden there's a freaking honey badger right next to him, and I'm rolling 3 dice instead of 4 defense dice.
Hey, it tells you that 3 to 4, it's a big difference.
It is a big difference.
I feel like something that he will do, it's not so much meta stuff, but I feel like for the game in general, I feel like he'll probably get people interested in the game.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I love that. I think that's awesome. I didn't talk to him, but there's a newer guy there at CrossFit's Thursday night, or newer to me, probably knew somebody there that was watching a couple of our guys play the alternate encounter with him.
Yep.
And I loved that, right? So anything like this that like, oh, I know that character. Oh, I know X-Men 97 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that for the game to get people interested in this game because it's very fun and more people, more better.
Exactly. Yep.
And like if people want to play him, you can still have fun. You can just walk up and punch.
People play Sentinels and they're bad.
Yeah.
So
and I guess when you think about it, like we talked about how, his list construction is harder because of the horsemen.
Yeah.
It might also be easier because it's like, just stick with your faction. Don't go splash a whole bunch of stuff.
Right. So maybe you have 1 or 2 at the most.
Yeah. So realistically, you can go up to somebody like, all right, here's your list of, I don't even know how many horsemen there are, 16 or something like that.
There's 16 in affiliation.
Yeah. So here's your list of 16 characters that you can play. There you go. Instead of being like, here's 170 something MCP models right now. Right. That's a little bit more challenging.
I think when it really comes down to it, the beauty of the Servants of the Apocalypse affiliation is it's a real easy dual affiliation. It's like, oh, I love playing X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Apocalypse. How do I play Apocalypse? Oh, I literally drop one character and throw him in, and I can play either or. Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
It's such an easy dual affiliation. Mm-hmm. It's just I haven't experimented with it because I'm forcing Apocalypse because Apocalypse is cool.
You used to play Brotherhood a lot.
Oh yeah.
If you ever wanted to bring Brotherhood back, would you feel like, hey, yeah, let me drop one character and put in Apocalypse?
So at that point, my thought is, do I drop do I like Apocalypse more than I like Magneto? Because Magneto is also a 6th threat, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
I guess you could say, hey, no, I'm going to swip it out because it's an easy swip out.
Right.
Swip.
Yeah, but you could. Like, if you're playing X-Men, I think if you're playing X-Men, you play New Mutants. Maybe not New Mutants. But if you're playing X-Men or you're playing Brotherhood, it's just easy to grab an Apocalypse and you can all of a sudden be playing a dual affiliation.
Mm-hmm. Especially if your local store has that promo card of him. You should get him then.
I am a bigger Magneto fan just from the comics. So if it came down to I can have 6th threat Apocalypse or 6th threat Magneto, I'd still probably want Magneto.
And that's fair for this game, right? You want to play what you like.
Yeah. And I like Magneto's he's still a fun model. I used him a couple weeks ago. And he almost feels he has ways to spend his power that are meaningful, and it's not just I'm running him out there for a single attack, which is what I feel like I do with Apocalypse.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. So. And then you get to kill Nazis. The best thing to do.
And I did. I actually played against a Hydra list, and I destroyed that Red Skull guy. So
yeah, the best part of Magneto.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's my Apocalypse thoughts. I think he's fun. I think his model's cool. I think his design space in this game is really cool. It's different. It's fun. Do I think he's like oppressive? Like, and it's nice where we have a big 6 threat that's not immediately like, oh my god, it's the most broken thing ever, right? So I don't think he's oppressive. I think you can easily play around him. But I think he fits nicely into the game. I think I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's fun. I think that's a big thing.
A good thing is if anybody, sorry to interrupt, but if anybody wants to play him, do not feel bad for wanting to play him. I think he's perfectly fine.
Yeah. And he can win games. I just think it's going to take you some effort and being smart and remembering your like tactics cards when they really matter. Like if you forget Recal exists, it could just all of a sudden you lose because of it.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe in 3 months we'll look back on this podcast episode and be like, wow, we were really dumb.
And I really hope we're wrong. I hope somebody's going to be like, oh no, he's freaking amazing. You just got to play it this way. And I'm like, oh my God, like, why didn't I see that?
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
You got any other closing thoughts, Nick?
Not really. I am going to say we're kind of skipping a tier list just because there's too much. There would be almost 32 characters just because they would all have to be considered per horseman.
Yeah. And we kind of touched on individual horsemen who we thought was good there.
And there is an in-depth, really long YouTube video that's really good. But if you have the time, they really go into depth with every character. So check that out.
Yeah, on RSMP.
On RSMP.
I laugh. There's a comment on that video being like, start this video, open your Apocalypse box and build Apocalypse and see how far you get and then paint him before the video ends, which made me laugh.
I think that's a really good video just to throw out some support to RSMP if you're interested in more about Apocalypse. But like, I think if you're like, ooh, 6 threat Apocalypse, he's just gonna murder everybody. Don't think so. Like you gotta step back and be like, okay, what does he actually do?
It's a fun puzzle.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So would you say play Apocalypse or don't play Apocalypse?
I mean, I say play Apocalypse.
Good answer.
I'm playing Apocalypse, and he's a lot of fun. I've probably lost more than I've won with him, but again, it's a new affiliation, and he's tricky. Like, he's a very tricky model to use, and so much the affiliation relies on your 6 threats at times that it makes it difficult. But he's definitely fun and worth playing. Yeah.
Well, perfect. I think we'll kind of go into some closing thoughts. Please go. There'll be a Discord link in this episode description. So we have a Discord. So if you want to talk more, there's an Apocalypse channel over on that Discord that Nick and I have been talking in. If you get any questions, you can always email us at aliveon1@gmail.com. Our Instagram handle is aliveon1. Speaking of which, I need to send you pictures of the guys I painted so you can post them on there.
Oh yeah, I gotta actually do that. I made it in. Well, on topic of that, there is a section in the Discord where you can post pictures, and we will, or I am going to start like featuring them on our Instagram in the future.
Cool. So. Yeah. So yeah, I'll post them there then, right? And we'll drum up that spot.
Yeah.
It always helps to please review and rate on Apple and Spotify, just because those are the 2 biggest ones. So any review 5-star, please, is always helpful. It helps drive that algorithm, whatever it's called. You got any last closing thoughts, Nick?
No, I think that's about it. I think we touched on everything we needed to.
Yeah.
Maybe in 6 months we'll find out we're completely wrong, which is actually, there's probably a good chance of that.
Oh yeah.
So, because he's new and people are still playing around with him, but he's a lot of fun.
A good example is our Shield episode's really outdated now, right?
Yeah,
it's like completely different faction. Yeah, so it's cool. It's probably the best part of this game. Stuff changes.
Yep.
Well, perfect. So, like always, everybody, Godspeed Spider-Man. Have a good night.